Hello beautifuls, it's Emma J. Welcome back to Vet of Day 27. Today I'm going to have a little chat about photography. I mentioned in yesterday's video that I wanted to talk about it, so here it is. Woo! Really quick, what I use this Fujifilm FinePix S camera. I like it a lot. It's very simple. I don't have any fancy lenses for it, and I just use a basic memory card. But I also like the strap because I do a lot of walking when I'm taking photos. My camera itself doesn't do great in low light because I don't have any fancy lenses and I don't have any fancy lights to bring around with me. I love just working outside and working with the natural lighting that we have. So I end up doing a lot of walking, but totally worth it. So, how I got started, as some of you know if you watched my video yesterday, I took pictures of Josie this one night just on my iPod, and I fell in love immediately with photography. I was like, this is so freaking cool. Like, I can capture someone in their finest moments and in their best light and show them what I see when I look at them. I'm a person who loves very deeply, and I feel like if I can take someone's picture and show them even just one frame of what I get to see every day in their natural state, it's pretty cool. So I personally believe that photography consists of four main things. To take a good picture, you need these four main things. You need good lighting, you need good angles, you need models who are comfortable, and you need luck. Those four things. Good lighting is incredibly important. It helps your picture come to life. It makes it seem like you're really there. Good angles, obviously, if you're, coming from this angle and your person looks like they have a double chin and or person looks like they have this, weird shadow on their face, it's not going to look as good because your angle's not correct. Models that are comfortable is really important. I take photos pretty much exclusively of my friends, which helps because I really do photography not for money, but just as something I'm passionate about and something I enjoy. So I'm able to just be like, hey, I want to take your pictures. And my friends are like, cool, I like pictures to post on Instagram and or Facebook and have a nice profile picture. Let's do it. So that's usually how it ends up happening. I got my camera from Josie's pawn shop, actually. Josie's family owns a pawn shop here in town, and it's pretty awesome. So shouts out to you, Jose. I love you. But yeah, so really those four things. And luck. Like, you can have those three factors and about to catch it and the wind blows wrong, or you're about to catch it and they sneeze and you miss the moment, right? So luck 100%. Luckily, as you get better, as you hone your eye, as you work towards getting better at photography, luck favors a little more on your side, and you can sort of get luck to do what you want, but there is still that factor there when there's things out of your control. So my top tips for beginners. Number one, you do not have to spend a lot of money to do photography. Cannot stress this enough. Phones are getting better and better. What I'm recording on right now, what I literally record all of my music that I've done on my channel and all of my videos and audio, mix it all together on an old iPhone 4 without an SD card. And this is an old iPhone that I'm able to trick into taking good videos with good lighting, and it has a decent microphone. If you have a new iPhone or a new Android phone, you can take good pictures. You just have to have those four factors and you'll have a good photo. So if you are thinking, wow, I think photography is really cool, I want to dip my toe in, don't go out and buy a $90 camera. Use what you have first. And editing software. You don't have to pay for editing software, especially when you're first starting out. I still don't. I use an online editor called Pixlr. I will link it in the description. Fantastic website, super easy to figure out, and if you can't figure it out, just look up Pixlr tutorials online. There is blogs and videos and everything you need to know to help you figure out how to use it. When I first used it, I used it to take some of my family's photos and make them into coloring pages for my mom's Christmas present. And it took me, I think, half an hour to figure out before I was nailing it and really good at it. So, number one, you don't have to spend a lot of money if you want to start in photography. Number two, get friends and people who are comfortable with you to be comfortable around. If I started out photography and I went up to people I didn't know as well and was like, hey, I'm working on photography, I want to take your picture, I would have been so timid to ask them, hey, can you move your arm down a little? Or, hey, can you tilt your chin this way? I'm very hands-on when I take photography, when I take photos. So I'm like, okay, angle this way, and I'll like touch their arms or whatever, as long as I have permission, you know, and I'll like touch their arms or like move their face or help them out that way. It's really important that you're comfortable with your models and that your models are comfortable and trust you to be able to do what you can see in your vision. So that's tip number 2. Get people you're comfortable with, and you'll slowly get better, and you'll slowly get more confident in asking for what you want to see in a photo, because all in all, they can't see your view. They're in themselves. So they have to be able to trust you and if you're confident, then they'll be able to trust you better. Tip number 3, take lots of photos. I took my friend's engagement photos last month in January. I keep saying July. And we took 215 photos. And I got 23 that I ended up giving to them as a final product after editing and everything. And throwing out lots of blurry, lighting didn't work, somebody moved, it was, you know, just didn't fit right, it wasn't a favorite. You know, you end up junking so many photos that you take. Don't let that discourage you. It really is just about finding those 4 factors, and if luck pretty much knocks off a third of the photos you want to take just because something was out of your control and it didn't work right, especially if you're like me taking photography outside in the world, because that means that you can't as much manipulate your surroundings to make it, you know, there's just some things you can't control. So really take lots of pictures and don't be discouraged when you have to throw so many of them out, because it really is about getting that like small group that you can send to this person and be like, hey, this is what you look like to me, and this is what I see in you, and like this is my vision and how I saw you. And that person will be like, wow, this is really incredible. So yeah, those are my top tips for beginners. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below. Do you do photography? If so, what kind of cameras do you use? Or what are your questions about photography? I will do my best to answer them in the comment section down below. Disclaimer, I am not a professional by any means. I am just someone who's very passionate about this and who loves it deeply. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of Reddit. Bye!